What's up, people? It is the Oracle of Elohim. I have something on my mind because, being an empath, um, maybe you get a little moody. I don't know. Or you just get tired of bullcrap, period. So, anyway, I was just wondering because I know I was in a certain location, right? And I was just going to, see if therapy was offered to someone without insurance, health insurance, that is. And I was just looking up something too for, homeless people. But I have met some homeless people say, well, it's kind of hard to, go to the doctor. I mean, that's something that, needs to be worked on, I would think. I'm not out of sorts. And if I needed an avenue or someone else needed an avenue, why is it denied from them? And then, when I ask for my truth and clarity, why is it being held up or delayed from me? I mean, environment, stability, and being a single female, that's important, especially a female who is not on substance, who is not soliciting her body for payments. So that is crucial that and essential that help is achieved or attainable. So when I was searching for that help and was denied, probably purposely, because I'm continually followed everywhere I park my car. Someone knows exactly where I am, and they're probably getting on the phone, making that phone call, saying whatever. Whereas when I go into this establishment, the same welcoming of utilizing their services are not presented to me, and they are denied from me, which is a hate crime, should be illegal. These homeless resource centers need to be investigated. If you could just make a phone call or however you made the transaction, because I wasn't there when you made the transaction. I just know that if there's a service offered for anyone in this predicament, then it should be offered to everyone, not your picks or your likes. So that is discriminating. And I know that discrimination is funny. You can't discriminate race, gender, religion, or age. So that needs to be looked at Congress, because it's kind of hard for me to say that they did it because of race or age or gender, but we know that they did it unjustly. So therefore, if there is a service offered to others and a person is being deliberately stopped by a aggressive, brute, ravaging beast. And when they go to look for service, to just have some peace of mind instead of, you know, losing everything. But again, mine is intentional because some of you have said that I have a mental illness, which I don't. And probably some doctors and lawyers and normal folk go to therapists just to vent. And that will be my ideology for seeing one, would be to vent. Perhaps they will have some advice or some encouraging word that would lift my spirit up, since during this hate crime that continues to have a vicious cycle week after week after week, because Attorney General, Governor DeSantis, U.S. Attorney General, DOJ. I'm still waiting for an answer. Are you investigating my complaints of being harassed and deliberately denied services that others are privy to? So, you know, when people, not me, of course, although I do get upset. I know I have my moments in this car, and if anybody passed by and they say, oh, is she talking to herself? Because there's nobody else in the car. Or, you know, one would say, is she making a video on her phone or what have you, or whatever. It doesn't matter. No, I know exactly who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the ear hustlers who are eavesdropping on my phone, utilizing some type of camera footage or ear hustling device in my car. That's who I'll be talking to. Period. Because you know that you are doing it. Especially if you recently have gone somewhere and put in a false report about my behavior. If you use any of my outbursts in my car when I was talking to you, because I know you're here every day. And you know, I was looking up when people get emotional support animals, why do they do that? Why? I mean, you know, y'all are kind of affecting my emotions because I have to be leery of some people. I know not all people act like you. I know that for a fact. But it's just a lot of you are trying to surround my area and try to run me out of my mind. But I'm not out of my mind. I just would like to vent and see if the therapist has anything she can add outside of the will or outside of what the Most High already says, or it's just somebody else to talk to, you know, since y'all tried to socially engineer me to be alone by myself. But I get it, because I remember flashlight, let's see, oh, I'm supposed to be not here, so if I'm going to a therapist, that's a track record of there's nothing wrong with her. She's not out of her mind. So that's why I was denied services, which is still a hate crime. And you are interfering with my well-being and my amendment rights to utilize services that are available to whom inquires about such services, but yet you want to interfere because you want me to have an outburst so you can come and arrest me. So what you said on paper before about my mental state would go down? I don't think so. The ignorance of you and the arrogance of you. You know, Sandra did say, well, the government have that long money to make things keep going on and on. And the infinite power, the Most High, to whom I serve and belong, who also have said, if you destroy my temple, and I am a branch of his temple, I will destroy you. So I'm asking again, are you investigating? Do you have clarity of who I am? Do you have tangible evidence that you can present to me in my hand? If so, I would like to have it. What is that act called? Freedom of Information Act? I don't know why I should have to pay for that documentation when you all should freely either call me or, well, since you understand my circumstances, the United States Postal Service do not deliver my mail to me. It goes to a fraudster, which is another whole case all by itself. So I'm living, but I can't utilize everyday essential tools that are available to the normal public. And then you want to try to create my atmosphere for me to try to make me lose my mind, but I decree and declare, may you lose yours first, or your freedom, or your job for not doing your job. So, as I was looking up why people get emotional support animals, which I really wouldn't want one in this car because the space is too small. I would like for my dog or cat to be clean, and including myself, so I know what I have to go through to try to find a place to keep my body clean. So I don't want to have to worry about another living creature at this time like that living in this car, which is unwarranted because someone is holding up my information that is rightfully mine. And then all these testing while my enemies are still in their homes practicing sorcery and debauchery, being quite diabolical and methodical about it because you're watching my everyday move. Mind you, people, I sit in this car, or I may get out to go exercise or whatnot, but I'm eating in this car while eyes are ever on me. Can you imagine daily someone stalking and gawking at you every day? Every day. That makes no sense to me. Do you not have anything else to do with your life? That's ignorant all by itself, except the ones who are doing a job to figure out why your ignorant behind wants to be all up in my business, my personal business. And then on top of that, that Neuralink, for me to start my new beginnings, I need that shut off. Because it never should have been placed in me in the first place. Because I do not believe I was paralyzed and I never consented to it. So when I go to my new beginnings, because I want that thing shut off. You don't have a right to be in my business. And it's very sad that, if someone is paralyzed, because that's what you said it was going to be used for, that it could do neural links to make the legs propel to be mobile again. I mean, that's beautiful for someone who's paralyzed. Although it can also be annoying if you're also looking at their every move, knowing everything about what they're doing in their personal life. I mean, mind you, some people are psychotic, like the ones I'm dealing with, that are watching me, plotting and planning like evildoers do to see how can we get her. That is evil. You're the ones that need a Neuralink in your body so people can watch you, because you are a detriment to society. I don't need you in my business. And if I were to get married, I don't want you in my bedroom. I don't want you in there when I'm taking a bath. So that Neuralink must, Elon Musk, get turned off. Because that is ridiculous, first and foremost. When you thought of this object to make, you knew all the potentials because you're the manufacturer of it. So if you are the manufacturer of it, how do you dismantle it? And better yet, perhaps we need to meet, because I want to be right there when you show me. I want to see it on the screen that y'all see that, okay, oh, I see what y'all see, okay. Then I want you to show me that you cut it off and that it says permanently destroyed. Because that's ridiculous. I think I'm getting away from one stalker, but then I have another stalker with this stupid Neuralink that I did not consent to. And I want my privacy because I am a private person. And all my life, I've had invaders, ones that I never invited. And some I did, unbeknownst to me, due to manipulation of the mind and my soul, because of the control of a diabolical, demon-possessed mother figure, father figure, and older siblings. And then they have the audacity to say that I am the one with the mental illness. No, I don't have mental illness. I have emotional rage at times, because I know that this technology that's in me, the technology that is available when it comes to war, It is available out there for you to see what you need to see where there is a threat. So this could be easily resolved. So anyway, I just would like for my information to come to me, be released to me, whether it's, no, we didn't find anything. Okay, then my next question would be, can you tell me who's been using my identity, messing it up from state to state, even countries? Would it be my daughter and other folk with these PPP loans, car loans? Because, I'm not supposed to be here, but I am here. It's all about environment, and I would like for my atmosphere to change, because I would have worked very hard not for this to happen if I was not being stopped and prohibited from services offered to a single melanated woman, so that I may evolve. But no, I'm being told no about things that are offered to others. May the Most High get the victory and my hallelujah from my testimony when He gives me my victory. Because this is very hateful and evil for someone to have to endure this, and then knowing that the very people that I've contacted, or maybe it's a presumption that some of you may be directly or indirectly involved with my demise. That's scary to know, and it's also I don't know, something just needs to be done about that. That's absurd, and it needs to be fixed, period. Especially, like I said, for people to be able to go and lie on you. And then, if you're working, filing your taxes, because I believe y'all started doing a whole bunch of paperwork possibly in 2008, definitely in 2013 and 2014, where I was still working at the job that I was at for 15 and a half years, filing my income taxes. So how is it that the IRS just lost my registration of filing my taxes? And then on top of that, I had to have a PIN number because of that ex-husband of mine, him doing something with my Social Security, or maybe perhaps it was his whoever he's with doing something with my Social Security number, because somebody or somebodies are trying to be a doppelganger. And someone is using my Social Security and probably shortchanging me with my Florida retirement pension too. That needs to be looked into. Because Jocelyn Scott, you are not me either. So I hope you're not stealing my money, because I know you are a thief and a con artist and a liar. So, and you've been cloning my phone. And you know how I know? Because you were so bad and bougie when my ex-husband and I were having a disagreement on our personable cell phones. You had the audacity to open up your big mouth and say something indirectly to me, but you're speaking to others. And I know you were talking to me, because certain things that you would say were said on my phone conversation. So, even in my forgiveness, I am anticipating the day of judgment to be had for people like you trying to interrupt someone's normal flow of life. And again, I'm not mad about the ex-husband, because the ex-husband was involving himself in things that was a direct hit against our marriage. Because if he was for our marriage, you or nobody else would not have been able to persuade him to go against me, even in a disagreement. He would have came to the house and told me, okay, I was confronted by blah, 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 and they were trying to blah, blah, blah. But instead, he participated with you. So I am not mad about that breakup, because he wasn't my true divine masculine. So now here we are again with others trying to affect every aspect of my life. May my ancestors and may the Most High judge you with the same egregious thoughts in your head, may be transmuted away from me and flow back to you with ease, direct target, so you can be taught a lesson to stay out of people's business. That's the only way that people learn. Is it not? It is sad, but is that not how Samson learned? He wanted himself some Delilah. And then he let her know his secret. And then she turned on him. And then she came back trying to plead her case. Well, that's how it was in the movie. I don't know. But anyway, nevertheless, Samson's lesson was harsh and brutal, but he ended up getting rid of those ravageous people. And inevitably, when he destroyed the pillars, it also crushed him along with his enemies. But I decree and declare that I shall live, and I will see the wicked one who have tried to affect my life on every spectrum. I will see the punishment of my enemies. Not that I'm looking for it. What I am looking for, though, is my answers to my questions to the agencies who's supposed to protect and serve. Can I please get my answers?